Welcome back. Up next, inside Jacksonville's Kara Scarbrough gives us a local look at what goes into a wedding and why these major events are getting so expensive.
Over the past decade, weddings around the country have evolved into a much bigger deal than they used to be. This assumption is easy to make from social media, but wedding planners agree that weddings are getting to be more expensive.
Costs have gone up on food, on alcohol, venues, and I think it's directly correlated with there's a major hardship on finding labor to produce all of these things.
In Jacksonville regionally, I see between a $30,000 to $45,000 range. Across the board, that's kind of like your standard.
According to the Knot.com's annual Real Weddings study, the average wedding in Florida last year was $30,000, which is $2,000 more than the average wedding in 2021.
They're definitely spending more than when I first began. I think just the world of weddings has grown. I attribute that to Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, all of that good stuff.
Social media has increased what newly engaged couples are exposed to while they're planning their weddings. Vendors can gain their audiences on social media platforms alongside couples who are looking for inspiration on their big day.
I believe social media plays a massive part in the industry. You know, just to be honest, people want their Instagram to look really good, and they're not going to have somebody, like they don't want to have their photography not look great on their Instagram.
On social media, you see these amazing, beautiful weddings, and it's just not achievable sometimes. And so sometimes social media made me feel a little bit sad about my options.
I like having the TikTok tips of do this or don't forget this.
Around Jacksonville in particular, there are many different wedding trends that have picked up in the last couple of years.
I know in this region we tend to see a lot of the exit, so whether it's a sparkler exit, confetti.
In North Florida, we have a lot of rustic venues, so barn venues, and those are always super popular.
From speaking to brides and people in the industry, there are several main components that are the most important to couples on their wedding day. These include the venue, the guest experience, the hair and makeup, but the most important factor to these brides is how they're going to remember their wedding day, captured through photography.
I would prioritize photography more in my wedding. I think I was very focused on getting back to the party, and now I wish we had some more pictures.
You can look at a picture, of your first kiss or your first dance or something, and it'll just evoke a lot of emotion and bring back a lot of memories.
At the end of the day, elements such as photography are focused around people, which is the priority for couples and vendors alike.
For me, I think what makes a wedding special is that you invite the people that you want to be there.
It can really make or break your wedding day, depending on who you have around you.
Kara Scarbrough, Inside Jacksonville.
And finally this month, our Kara Scarbrough visits an event centered completely around dogs taking over at Colonial Oak Music Park.
On Friday the 13th, Colonial Oak Music Park hosted Dogtoberfest, a night filled with music, food and drinks, and of course, dogs. The big selling point of this event was the dog costume contest, where dogs of all shapes and sizes competed for the best costume of them all.
The love and energy here for dogs is very high at Colonial Oak Music Park. You've seen dogs dressed up as crocodiles, bats, pumpkins. They do this every year for Ayla's Acres No-Kill Animal Shelter.
Dogtoberfest has been going on, I believe, for the last 4 years. The Colonial Oak Music Park puts it on for us every year, and Sierra Nevada is the sponsor. We have about 50 animals in St. Augustine in foster care, so we need to be able to get them vet care, food, and anything that they need. We take care of that.
Ayla's Acres also benefits from a 50-50 raffle, a silent auction, and $2 from every sale of a special drink called the Rescue Drink. The shelter consists of paid staff and volunteers who all work to take care of the animals in their sanctuary. Other than dogs, they have horses, cats, birds, and more that have to be cared for daily.
We are no-kill animal rescue. All of our animals are in foster care, so we bring in animals, dogs and cats. We feed them, we vet them, we get them neutered and spayed if they need to.
Some of those dogs, just like humans, they know what a bad life is, and some of them make the best loving dogs there are. They know the bad experiences, and when they get a kind owner that can show them love, compassion, and grace, they'll be affectionate and they'll be dedicated to them for the rest of their lives. Unconditional love, that's what dogs are here for.
Though most of the dogs were tired out before the end of the night, the music park's energy kept up, along with the funds raised for the shelter. Kara Scarbrough, inside Jacksonville.